I posted it all over TikTok.
Mhm.
I mean, he would tell me, I want to come across this table and put my hands around your throat and strangle the life out of you. Like it was nothing.
Wow.
He never put his
Wow.
hands on me. I got out.
So he wasn't physically abusive towards
No.
you, is that
Mm-mm.
okay? It was
Nope.
more, like I was said earlier, the psychological part of it.
Yeah, and it was so subtle. It was so subtle. I didn't even
Mhm.
notice it. But then I started, people used to, because we were on TikTok live together, and
Mhm.
people would just, they would be saying like, "Oh, he's a narcissist. He's this, he's that," and they would start questioning me. Don't you remember? Don't you remember? And he would even say it. Don't you remember? And started acting like I was like dumb or didn't have like any. I was quiet a lot, and I'm not a quiet person, but it was because I could not think. I was in this like fog. I was like, so I literally started to go write stuff down, and that's when I started to. I saw it. I saw it in my writing because I started to go back and look at our videos. I was
Mhm.
blessed with that. Not everybody would see it as a blessing, but had I not had those videos of our lives and stuff, where I
Mhm.
actually could see what he said, like a month and a half prior to the day of looking at it again and another videotaping, and he's saying two complete separate things. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, and then the actions is not lining up with
Yeah,
what
it was just
yeah.
so subtle, and he would take me up. I'd be everything and everything, and then it would be get the fuck out of my house at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
And it was just, yeah, it was a lot. And I know he would have killed me. I mean, I know he's going to kill somebody. I know it with every part of my being.
Right, right. Were you saying that he was, more like a psychopath?
Mhm. I
Okay.
mean, he's a narcissist. I don't know. Like I research both. I'm not I can't diagnose somebody, but I mean, he's, I think they're all just demons. They're all demonic. They're diabolical. Like I see them differently. Like I've gone into other narcissist page. Like, have you seen that Broken Alchemist?
Yeah, yeah, I have.
He's putting it out there like it's just a mental health issue. And yeah,
Yes, yeah. Some of it label it as mental health. They'll say it's a disorder. They'll say it's just a level of master manipulation. I mean, people have all different types of labels for it.
mhm.
Mir pretty much confirmed last night on our part one. He was like, "No, I'm a demon." I was like, "Wow, I've never heard
And see,
someone."
he's the only one I don't see as a demon. Like now when I look at like other ones, I'm like, oh yeah, you're a devil. You're, you know, like I think like some still have a soul. Like I don't think that they're all soulless. I don't think that every narcissist is soulless. I
Mhm,
struggle, and I'm not a big religious person. I'm not, but
mhm,
for me, when I said this was the hardest thing, and it still is the hardest thing for me to say, and it hurts me at my core to say it. But
mm.
I finally saw somebody that absolutely does not have any good in them, not even a mustard seed. And when I finally saw that with my ex, I broke down because I believe that every person, no matter how bad they are, could still have a mustard seed of goodness in them. And now,
So it's fair to say that there was a time where your perception of people, you believe that there is a possibility good in everyone until you got with your ex-husband.
no, we weren't married. I got out. Technically, we were together off and on a year and a half. The first time was like 5 months. We broke up. We got back together. We were together 6 months, and I got out.
Gotcha. Can you describe when you say you came to the conclusion that there was absolutely nothing good in that person?
Yeah. And when I saw that, we were already broke up. And people, I was trying to deal with it. I was still trying to be on lives with TikTok because everybody was involved in our relationship. And one day I finally just saw him because he sat there with such a cold, because he went on lives himself, and he sat there with just this cold face that I'd seen before, but I truly hadn't seen because I was in the
Mm.
fog. And I looked at him, he had no emotion whatsoever. And this was like just days after we broke up. I'm nothing. And I
Mhm.
saw the evilness ooze out of him. And then I was like, I started to remember things, and I started
Mhm.
to be like Leanna. It wasn't
Mhm.
because I made excuses for him, because I felt for the little boy, the trauma, the child that was left behind, and I was connected to that.
Mhm.
But there is nothing good about him. It's gone. I don't see him as having a soul whatsoever.
Right, right. Is he still around?
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Okay. You guys don't have kids, children together, do you?
No, because like I said, I'm 53. He's
Mm.
42, and
Okay, he's
um,
younger.
yeah, and this last time we were together, we were only together. It was 6 months,
Mhm.
and I am a suicide attempt survivor, 3-time suicide attempt survivor, and I used to be a cutter, and I haven't cut, I haven't done any attempts since March 9th of 2018,
Good for
and
you. Good.
yeah, but I
Mhm.
relapsed on cutting one night at his house, and that's where I come up with I'm on the ledge. I'm her. I'm
Mhm.
on the
Were
ledge.
you were you a cutter before you entered that relationship?
I've been a
Or
cutter
did you be
since I was
or
12. Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. I never have cut since 2018. It's some trauma brought it back, and with him, I believe it was my mother. My mom had passed. She's gone,
Mhm.
but she came. I needed to I needed to be snapped out of this fog I was in. And I did. I cut myself that day. I could not be around him. I was just so mad at myself that I did that, because I made a promise to my mom on her deathbed. And he was blowing up my phone, and he was like talking all sexual, and he wanted to come get me and all this stuff. And I'm like, I just wanted to be away from him. And
Right, right.
we broke up 3 days later.
I see. I see. Correct me if I'm wrong. When you say cutters, I believe um that they cut for the sole purpose so they don't have to feel the actual pain of what's going on.
Yeah, it's a distraction tactic in some
Yeah.
cases, or you're so numb. It's like you're numb, and so how do you express that? Or it's you're so hurt, you cannot handle that emotional pain anymore, that the physical pain kind of takes you away from that
Right. So
emotional
right.
pain.
So cutters body mutilation. When you're cutting yourself, it's all about being distracted from the actual pain that is really going on in real time.
Yeah,
Is that fair to say?
yeah, mine was always a distraction. I was emotionally just so hurt, I didn't want to feel that pain.
Okay, okay. When you were cutting yourself, did it ever come to time that you almost came close to suicide?
I've had 3 suicide attempts. I've died once or twice or 3 times. Yeah.
Interesting.
The last time
Um,
they said I shouldn't be alive, I woke up 3 days later. I should not be alive for as many drugs as I took. Plus, I slipped my wrist down to the bone.
okay. Was that before you entered the relationship, or was that
Oh yeah, this was
before?
all before him. Like I said, this was 2018 was my last time, and I've been healthy in 7 years of taking care of what I thought was myself and healing,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
not all the way, because I've just kind of just isolated myself and kind of gone numb.
Right.
But he knew it. I never shared all this with anybody. These are parts of myself that he made me feel safe to share with, because I feel like that's a part of me that's like a darkness, a monster, a ugliness about myself I don't share with people because people can't understand it. And
Right.
he came in and almost like acted like he was protecting it and like putting it in a place that felt loved and safe and seen. And
And then
that's his
and
way
then
in.
wind up exploiting it on the back end.
Oh yeah, he used it against me. He made fun of me
Yeah.
live about it. He mocked mental health. Yeah, mocked
Yes.
me. Hmm. Used it against me. He turned around and used it against me as a weapon. Yeah.
Yep. That's why I think what Mir was saying last night, when narcissists meet empaths, they will listen to you so they can mimic what you're saying, and the very thing, your fears and all the things that you're afraid of, and your trauma, they will do that on the back end 10 times fold. So whatever your nightmare is, the narcissist will intensify that 10 times on the back end once you go in that fog.
Yeah, exactly. He found the crack in me to get in, and it was to I never have trusted anybody. I don't trust. And he made me trust him, and I showed him my scars.
Do
And
you still have trust issues, or are you learning to trust people?
I'm in intensive outpatient trauma therapy.
Okay. Was
Yeah.
that due to prior to your narcissist relationship, or the abuse that came with your narcissist relationship?
He was the catalyst. He was
Okay.
he was the catalyst to me evolving, me acknowledging that I have ran from my trauma. I've
Mhm.
buried my trauma. I've played like I was okay and moved past it. I had
Mhm.
not.
You had
So in
not.
some regards, thank you, asshole. You know, now I face my own,
Right.
but he was just the catalyst. I don't consider myself a dark empath. There's nothing dark about me, but I am an evolved empath. And
I mean, hey, if you evolve to a dark empath, I guess it's fair to say you learn from the best, right?
well, again, I won't call myself dark. I think they like us to label ourselves as that. I do feel like I'm a weapon now. I'm a weapon now because I'm not going to be quiet. I will not be silent. I don't care if you come for me. I will not back down. It's not happening. And it's so many people are like, oh, she's obsessed. Oh, she's angry. Oh, she's trying to bleed on the
No,
other
because
people.
you're right.
Yeah.
Because silence in 2025 is the new currency. So if I can silence you, if I can make you be quiet, if I can make you have social grace, let me do you dirty behind closed doors. And long as you don't go to social media and expose me, long as you don't tell anyone in society what's going on, that's the currency.
Yeah,
And so
shut you
people
up.
stay broken. You
Yeah,
stay
'cause the
broken and you
truth.
live in secrecy while the villain continues to do what they do.
Yeah, sharpen their weapons, get more in their arsenal. Yeah, because the more that we are shut up and we don't tell our truth and we play, oh, the victim is just angry. Oh, the victim. No, this survivor is loud and proud. Get it right.
Right. Well,
Don't
good
no.
for you.
My
Yeah.
scars are my wings. Like my scars are not unattractive. My scars are my wing. I've manifested into something else, and I refuse. I refuse to back down.
Right. Tatiana, how are you doing?
Doing okay.
Okay. I don't want to keep you if you don't want to stay. Did you any questions you want to ask me?
Oh, no, not really. I'm shy on this type of stuff.
Okay. Well, no one can see you, so you don't have to be shy. Unless you want to be seen. So here's what I will suggest to you. Just go to your chat GPT, and then you're going to search Act 150 and the Ober waiver. It sounds like he's going to fall in the Act 150.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, all right. And you have any questions? I will get together tomorrow. I just didn't want to, I didn't want to keep you on because we're actually waiting for Mir to come on at 9:00.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Yep. Thank you, dear.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, but no, it sounds like you have done a lot of, like you said, you're in therapy, you're getting yourself together. You have gotten to a place where you are comfortable speaking out, about the psychopath and the narcissist. And that's good.
Yeah, because, like I said, me and him got on social media by him because he was like, oh, we could go on live and share our relationship. And our relationship was he was polyamorous and I'm monogamous.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just all a disguise,
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
One night he had 500 people in our live because of the way he was treating me. And I just, I was like, oh, he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. The way he's that. But, I did not see it as that.
How did you see it?
So, like the incident that led up to that night, it was, there were some personal things going on. He was upset that I had gone on live by myself and talked about me and him without him. And then he walked in this night for our live, and immediately somebody was just like, oh, well, you did this to her. And he just looked at me like, oh, so you've been talking to, these people, without me present. That's not fair. And so in my mind, I'm thinking legitly, that kind of was validated, and so, but
can you see now that was really a form of control, though?
Yeah.
Can you see that now? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Everything was. And then there was, it was like I was always angry. We'd go into a live and people would start to see me as being the angry one. And some people started to side with him because it seemed like I was always agitated. They'd be like, well, you signed up for this. He's polyamorous. Our fights were never about the polyamorous thing, but he would always
it was about the exploitation and they couldn't see it.
They couldn't. Yeah. I didn't see it,
Well, you know what? A lot of people don't. A lot of people do not see it. A lot of people don't have wisdom. And so it's very easy for a villain that been, destroying people for years to become a master manipulator. And they are able to, master manipulator and able to blend into society and even on social media, that they could actually get a bunch of flying monkeys to team up on one person.
Well, and here's the thing, just like you were saying, okay, so you take your car to an auto mechanic, you expect that auto mechanic to be a master at his job. Well, guess what? These narcissists, most of them have been doing this most of their life. Guess what they are? They're a freaking master. My therapist, has, would you expect any less? Just my therapist, she says she has dealt with monsters. She has dealt with people that have no conscience. And she puts it in a very professional way because she doesn't like to label and things like that. But she says you could have a room full of the highest trained individuals, emotionally stable, intelligent. They've healed from their trauma, and they're going to get in. They're going to get into. They're going to get to somebody.
They will get in if you don't know. if you don't know what you're up against, and if you have not done your research, if you don't know
Emotional.
what's, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like a sociopath, a psychopath, sociopaths, they're highly intelligent, very intelligent. But once you educate yourself, and then, and the signs will be there. You'll be able to, kind of like I asked last night. I asked Mir, asked him a question that no narcissist can answer. And so there's questions that you can ask and they cannot answer. And I've talked to plenty of narcissists from all different, that don't even know each other, ask them the same question and they cannot answer this question. And I said to him in part 1 last night, you can't answer this question if you never seen it. Okay. So let's use a crayon. The color, let's use the crayon. The color is green, right?
Right.
If you never seen green and I ask you, what does green look like? You can't tell me if you never seen it. And so I always ask people, well, I don't say I always, but if you want to know if you're dealing with a narcissist, just ask them, what does love look like to you?
And see, mine could tell you. Mine could. You know why? He could tell you because you could describe it just like somebody that could describe something they've never been through, but they've studied it enough to be able to mimic it.
If he can describe it, he can describe it because demonic entities has mimicked it. But even if you describe it, you don't have the character to act on it. And a narc cannot give you what they don't have. You understand what I'm saying? A person can't get, you can act, I can act like I have it. I can tell you that I have it. I can tell you when you get old, I'm going to be here by your bedside and hold your hand. I'm going to put you first. I'm going to love you. And, you understand? But my actions, at some point, you're going to see that my handshake does not match my smile.
Well, that's the thing, time. I said, that's the only way you can ever, because when you meet somebody and they are mimicking everything that you've ever wanted, and it's wonderful. And the thing is we move too fast because it's so wonderful. That's what they do. They reel you in. You move fast. You move so fast you don't see that their words and their actions are not matching up. And
you know why people? Well, I wouldn't just say a narcissist, but you know why people move fast? Because
truth.
Because if I'm pretending, I have to hurry up and get in before my mask slips. I know a ill-will person knows exactly what they're going to do. They're going to annihilate that relationship. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And so they have to move fast because I am struggling, pretending to be something that I'm not. And so over a period of time, while I'm moving fast, you want me to make it to this checkpoint, but I can't make it to this checkpoint because this is not who I am. If that, you understand what I'm saying? And so they move fast. They move very fast. But I don't think that's just a narcissist. I think that's just people. If a person is fake and you're not who you say you are, the person that is real is not going to be struggling trying to make it to the checkpoint because this is just who I am. I'm not struggling. Yeah. I'm not, you understand? Whereas fake people is going to have anxiety. They're going to be frustrated. I'm going to be tired when I get away from you because I was putting on a mask the whole time that I was around you. Yeah. And now I can go home and relax because that was a whole performance. That was my representative. You understand what I'm saying?
And I always wondered why he slept so much. I'm like, why he would sleep a lot. And I'm like,
yes, because they're tired. Now they might be narcissists, but they get tired. So psychopath, sociopath, they get tired.
when you think about it, that's exhausting to constantly put
It's
up this.
very, and this is why the majority of them have high blood pressure, they have strokes, they have sugar diabetes. A lot of narcissists and sociopaths, they don't have their health, they have a lot of health problems because of that. Imagine if you wake up every morning and when your feet hits the ground, you got to put a mask on and go out in society and pretend.
And chase your tail.
And now while I'm pretending, my blood pressure is going up because it's burning me to be nice and I'm really not. It's burning me to give when I'm really greedy and stingy. It's burning me. It's frustrating me to be faithful and I'm not faithful.
How do you...
Fake people have a lot of medical problems because they're pretending this is not who I am, you know?
Right.
And
what
so
makes him even more dangerous, because I know this is true. His mask is such a well-fit mask. He actually sees himself as a good person.
yes, they can. A lot of people do. A lot of people see themselves.
He really thinks he's a good person. He believes that he leaves every woman he's ever been with in a better place than what they were before he came in to rob, steal, and kill. And I know one of his ex-Mir friends, I call her my best exie. He's just getting worse as time goes on. You know, he changes who he is, of course, with whatever. But Mir doesn't ever talk about like being abusive or anything. And I know that there's different levels of narcissism, and I think that's where people kind of get distracted too, because they're like, oh, well, this shoe has to fit every single one. But like with mine, he is solely about getting ahead. Like all that matters to him is building this civilization that he wants and having his own religion and performing on a stage because he thinks he's a rapper. And he thinks he has, like, he's going to be a god in the next life because he's still in women's essence. Every woman that he's with, he's taking a part of their essence, and it's making him a higher entity in the next life. Like,
right. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen that movie Slither. The more people that he ate, the bigger he got. Yeah. I kind of use the movie Jeepers Creepers to refer to the narcissist. You know, every time the Jeepers Creepers, when he lost the arm, he found another victim so he can grow another arm. But if he didn't find another person, he would be armless. It's kind of like the narcissist.
Yeah. And even
it's the same way.
My ex is very like diabolical. Like this is one narcissist to another. He's like, yeah, he's dangerous. Like, you got out. Like, that's it. The fact that you got out, like,
did you ever figure out what type of narcissist he was? Because you know there's different kinds. Was he a malignant? Was he covert?
I guess if we were labeling him just the narcissist side of him, I would lean towards the malignant. I know that, like, in his past, he used to compare me to his first wife, who has passed away, and I believe she drank herself to death because of everything. But they used to beat the shit out of each other. They used to throw blows and everything, and so it was a very, very abusive. Yeah, and it was, you know, alcohol, drugs, the whole 9 yards. Now, granted, he went to prison, like, he's been in jail, and he refuses to ever go back. So, you know, he has this conscience, at least, about him, that he doesn't want to go to jail. But at the same time, he takes it, like, he told me it was a hurricane. And I have this in live, so I have it in a video, and I watch it often. And, you know, he says, I created a hurricane because of the way I touched him. Now, mind you, the way I touched him was in no way that somebody would call it a hurricane. And that's when he said, you poke the bear, you will get mauled. Now, if you're a human being walking on this planet, this earth, and you functioned where you think that somebody potentially just tapped you on your shoulder and it makes you want to kill them, you need to be behind bars. No one's safe.
Because the anger was already there. You're just
Yeah.
waiting for me to do something
Mhm.
to justify your anger,
Yeah.
possibly your volatile behavior. You know.
Yeah. And
In other words, you dropped the fork, and so now I'm going to choke you.
Yeah. And
I feel justified choking you because you dropped the fork.
Mhm.
And you're sitting up there with your logic self trying to figure out, wait a minute, how are you that angry? Because I dropped the fork.
Yeah. I mean, and with him, most people would just dismiss that. Oh, he's honest. He's telling you. He told you about his father. Oh, he's so wonderful. He's telling you. No, he's warning you. It was a warning. Like there was a warning.
I was trying to read your story. Can you tell me a little bit about, I think you were saying someone had got killed. Someone had killed someone.
His father, Al, my ex's name, I call Al. He was 5 years old, and all his cousins or grandmother, aunt, mother, all were at the house. His dad left to go buy him stuff, so they were going to do a Jerry curl on Al's hair, and in the middle of Dad being gone, somebody had clipped some of Al's hair off. So when Dad came in, he was livid. So he took his kids, put them in a room, and he's like, you are going to tell me. You're going to tell me who cut your hair. You're going to tell me who cut your hair. And so Al, of course, he's 5. He tells his dad. Next thing he knows is he hears 2 gunshots, and his dad comes in and he tells him, whatever he recalls. He tells the story. It's on his page. But his dad then went and killed himself. So he killed the 2 family members that had cut Al's hair and then killed himself.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. He was that angry.
That's the demon. That demon jumped from him into yes, I believe it.
Yeah, that demon is real.
Yeah. And he had me in the closet one time for 4 hours, going on and on and on about craziness, and I thought he was having like this manic episode. Like, I'm thinking this is a mental health break, and that's why I stayed. I can't leave him. Why would I leave him? And he mimicked me and laughed when I brought it up, and everybody was like, you stayed because you wanted to. You stayed because no one twisted your arm. No one twisted my arm. But when you roll over and somebody has black eyes and all of a sudden they're talking about being a god and all this, I played the part because I feared for my life. He even had me talk to myself in the mirror. I had to talk to myself in the mirror before we went on live, because I had to convince everybody that I would not be disrespectful. I wouldn't show any kind of form or fashion of disrespect to him. Yeah. And I thought it was a mental health. Yeah.
Because he considered himself as a god. And so you felt you had to respect him.
Well, it wasn't me feeling like I had to respect him. Yeah, he feels like that. That's what he I was disrespectful. I showed disrespect, and that's not acceptable.
I mean, is it fair to say, I believe most of them feel that way? A sense of superior.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. How dare you? I'm better than you.
And I think that I believe that is a part of the fantasy as well, because they live in a very delusional state. Yes. And so whatever their fantasy tells them, this is where they will act it out. This is what they will believe. And I always say that is the disorder that you are seeing. But Mir was like, no, last night he confirmed that's not a disorder that you guys are seeing. That is the demon. And I'm like, what? Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah. And he's a different breed. I'm going to say that. Just because he became the way he was because he was, almost like treated like he was, he was the spoiled brat, the one that was given everything and was given.
Yes, that's what he's. And I asked him last night, how did you evolve as a
Right.
narcissist. He said, and it started in 5th grade. But I appreciate his honesty, because I was always told. Hold on, I'm gonna hop off my phone and hop on my desktop. I was always told that narcissists are not capable of being honest.
Well, I think they will. So, like